Everyone, welcome to yet another powerful chapter of book reading. Like I said earlier, this book reading might take days, weeks, months, even years. I'm not sure of how long it's going to take, but all I'm going to do is show up and work with each of the success principles. Yes, we are reading The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. I'm going to flaunt once more that this book was gifted to me, given to me himself by Mr. Jack Canfield when he was in Mumbai earlier this year. Every time I'm going to read, I'm going to flaunt this signed copy where I met Jack Canfield. I got this signed book from him, and it was what an experience. You know, when you are in the energy of these great mentors, authors, speakers, it's commendable. And I feel they are the real life um, role models and visionaries because I think they have actually they walk the talk. Whatever they preach, whatever Jack Canfield has written in his book, he has already done that, and he has shared that with us so that we can be impacted. And I think this is so much better than the. I'm not against celebrities, but a lot of us do a lot of celebrity worship. But I feel the real people who can inspire us are the ones who have walked their talk and who have done that work on themselves. So, having said that, I'm going to open the next chapter of the success principles. This is a smaller one, and hence I thought it will be fun to read. And last 2, 3 days, I was so much under the weather. I was so much under the weather that I thought, will I be able to ever get up and sit in front of the camera and shoot a video or go live. But the truth is, one thing I've learned from life is there will be ups and downs, and your resilience is your capacity to get back after you fall down. And I always tell this to my clients that, even I go through really difficult days. There are days where emotionally there are things, but what do I do? Two things I do. First and foremost, I go back, I apply everything that I've learned. I apply everything that I preach, but before that, of course, I've learned from my mentors, my teachers. I apply all of that. I see where I'm not applying what I've learned. If I'm going through an emotional coaster, if possible, I reach out to my coaches, my teachers, and they help me. If I think things are like SOS, मुझसे नहीं हो रहा है तो. And of course, otherwise, I work with all that I have learned and I get back. Resilience is the ability to get back after you get a setback. And I always say the comeback is bigger than setback. Having said that, sometimes health issues occur. Sometimes you are sick. Sometimes, you are there is something going on with the body physically. There are ups and downs happening. Or sometimes it's your body just shouting for rest. Just body is asking you, please rest. I want to catch up on sleep. So that's what last 2, 3 days have been. I will not blame it on the full moon like most of us would do, but I think I can do that as well. But last 3 days were full of, I was going through a lot of, I was feeling unwell. I had to catch up on sleep and there was so much going on. But that's what I decided to show up this morning instead of going in the wrongness of, many people say, Arey, if you do too many lives, you will fall sick and all of. Instead of going there, I feel okay, take a break. If you fall sick, take medications, do the inner work, connect to your teachers, drink water, use nature to heal your body rather than chemicals to heal your body, and then come back. But yes, of course, if required, see a doctor, which I always tell people. But anyway, let's be back with book reading. The reason I'm sharing this my journey is because I always feel it's so good to be vulnerable, so that you all know that no matter how much ups and downs we go through, we can always come back, right? So having said that, okay, let's start with the book reading, and I'm going to simply go for chapter 2. Chapter 2 says, be clear why you are here. Learn to get in touch with the silence within yourself and know that everything in life has a purpose. If you have this book, read along. If you don't, take notes. Buy the book. It's available on Amazon. We are reading this book. All this we started in February. Both me and Neelam couldn't, do the book reading and summary because of different, we both were busy with something or the other. But I think now this time we are going to extend the book of the month to a little more because I want to really go in depth of this book. I believe each of us are born in a life with a purpose. Identifying, acknowledging, and honoring this purpose is perhaps the most important action successful people take. They take the time to understand what they are here to do and then they pursue that with passion and enthusiasm. So now in this chapter, the author talks about why you are here on this earth and how to work with them. Now, Jack Canfield is saying that my purpose is to inspire and empower people to live their highest vision in context of love and joy. Wow, I like this. This is very close to my life purpose because my life purpose, when people ask me, Ashwini, what do you mean by life purpose? It is the same as career. See, career is a very matrix word. I feel we have overemphasized what career is, but underemphasized what life purpose is. Today, what I have is not a career. I have a life purpose. I always say that no, it's not my career. Career is a very small word. Life purpose is your reason for survival. When you wake up in the morning, that's what you are here for, and you look forward to that. You and I feel my life purpose is to make people live in joy and believe that they can be happy. Um, there is, my deep calling for my life purpose came from the fact that I am, and I've always been this very happy-go-lucky girl. And most people believe that being happy-go-lucky is frivolous. I get a lot of criticism too from people who are forever sad and melancholic that they say you are so frivolous and life is difficult. You shouldn't be so happy and jolly. And when I was younger, when I remember when I was in my 20s, a lot of people would say things like, Ashwini, you are happy now क्योंकि आपके life में सब अच्छा है. आपकी लाइफ में कभी बहुत बुरा होगा और फिर ये आपका हैप्पी गो लकी नेचर देखते कहा जाता है. You know, I'm just amazed that how can you say something like that to someone? But that's what I know. People have said that to me. Today I look back at it and I just feel sorry for them. Right? There is nothing else than feeling sorry for them. Basically, because I know I did go through severe things in life. There were so many ups and downs, and there were so many moments of grief, which would have actually shook me and broken me. But thanks to my mentors, my teachers, the education which I took from them, the learnings which I've had, and the beautiful universe, my the spiritual support I have. Today, I know that in spite of those difficult situations, I bounced back. And I'm here to tell you that even if life throws really difficult situations and times at you, you can still be happy. You can still be full of joy. Joy is not frivolous. Happiness is not frivolous. Joy and happiness is a choice. There will be things in life where you will feel, times in life where you will feel completely worn down. But if you know the right tools to transform your life, with me, what happened is I sat with everything which gave me pain. I sat with my teachers. I had one-on-one sessions where I sat with them. I worked through those, what I call as shadow parts of me. I worked through those pains. I worked through those grief. And after that is where I am right now. What you see, there has been a lot of work behind it. You don't get happy. Happiness is our true nature, though, but because of the way life throws things at us, it's very difficult to get back to that state. But trust me, if you work on yourself, it's very much possible. And that's why here I'm on a mission to tell people that no matter how difficult life has been, no matter what life has thrown at you, trust that you can always feel happy. It's your birthright to feel happy. Also, you can acknowledge, I do acknowledge. When I say be happy, I'm not saying that don't acknowledge the difficult times you have been through. Yes, I do acknowledge, I empathize that sometimes things really go bad for us and we really feel hurt, betrayed, we feel sad, we feel grief. When you go through a loss of a loved one, if you go through a heartbreak, it's very difficult to get back. But having said that, life is always showing up possibilities for you. What do you choose is what creates your life. This made me believe in my personal life purpose that I want to be there for people who really are feeling that they are going through something really difficult and they really want to get at better. But one thing I always tell people that, feeling better, I think there is a lot of work needed in that. And I wished 15 years ago someone had told me that, it is going to work out. But fortunately, I met my teachers and mentors and I sat with them. I remember investing so much time, so much energy, so much money in working with those mentors made me reach where I am. Transformation just doesn't happen by reading a motivational post or watching a video. It's a dedicated, consistent, disciplined work which you have to do. And my life purpose tells me that, I'm right here to support people who are on their journey, who want to feel better, who and trust me, you can feel better. Very often when people go through so much trauma and so much difficult times in life, they feel that they can never feel better. No, that's not the truth. You can feel better if you choose to. Just find the right support and you will be there. Okay, lot of stuff from me, lot of gang from me. Let's get back to what Jack Canfield says. So, by collecting and disseminating inspiring stories through the Chicken Soup for Soul series in my inspirational keynote speeches, I empower people to live their dreams by writing practical self-help books like this one. The Power of Focus, The Aladdin Factor, designing courses for high school students, conducting seminars and workshops for adults, and teach powerful tools creating one's ideal life. Here are the life purpose statements. Some of my friends, it is important to note that they all have become self made millionaires through fulfillment of life purpose. Many times we don't know that the thing what we love doing, if we really keep doing that, if we are passionate about doing something, and if we make sure that it reaches the people who need it, it can really help us create a life of our dreams. When I began my practice as I began as a speaker. I began my ikigai, my life purpose as a speaker. I used to give speeches in corporates, in companies, at conferences. And then I realized that my work is much more than just speeches, because speeches inspire you for a day, but as a coach, I can inspire someone for life. And motivation is a great point to start, but discipline keeps you committed. And that's why, in addition to, of course, I still give speeches too, and I love doing that. It's something I'm very passionate about. But I also started doing coaching because a lot of people who would be there for my speeches, they would write to me saying, Ashwini, we loved your speech. We loved how amazingly you put those things out. But what about life? I go back to reality and I feel that, the speech was good at that place, but now my life is showing something different. And I always say that, remember, your environment is way more powerful than your motivation. So if you can get motivated for one day, but all around there are people who are just pulling you down, you will not be motivated forever. And that's the reason I took one step ahead and I became a coach, because as a coach, I can work with people for, 3 months, 6 months. Some people even choose to, take coaching sessions for 8 to 10 months, and, a year down the line, they see that their life has transformed completely. So motivation was a starting point. As a speaker, it was my starting point, but coaching made me go much way deeper. And of course, as someone who has a background in energy medicine, apart from being a life coach and manifestation coach, as well as a speaker, my background in Reiki, energy sciences, has given me more holistic approach towards it. So I don't just look at it at just at a thought level. There is one more level which I go in, which is, I work with your emotions and I work at the spiritual part of it too, because sometimes people have certain experiences and they want to know that I've been such a good person. Why did things go wrong with me? And I would say that, okay, I know things are not that good with you, but what if we choose to heal it through coaching and healing? So the reason I'm talking about this is I discovered my life purpose and I realized that it can help and support so many people, and it can give me a reason to live. That's my reason to live. When I wake up in the morning, I look forward to work with people. I feel, oh wow, today which client I'm going to work with, what kind of breakthroughs are they going to get by working with me, and what kind of impact can I today put out in the world, whether it is through lives like this, whether it is through my paid one-on-one sessions, whether it is through corporate talks which I give at companies where people get inspired. So here are life purpose statements: to inspire and empower people to achieve their destiny, to uplift humanity's consciousness through business, to humbly serve the Lord by being loving, joyful, powerful, playful, and passionate example of absolute joy that is available to us. At the moment, we rejoice in God's gift and sincerely love and serve all His creations. To leave the world a better place than I found it for horses and for people too. To create, inspire 1 million millionaires who each give 1 million to their church or charity. How beautiful is this? To educate and inspire people to live their highest self-based in courage, purpose, joy versus fear, need, and obligation. So these are the purposes which author has given. Um, and now this brings us to the next point where he says that once you know what your life purpose is, you can organize all your activities around it. Everything you do should be an expression of your purpose. If an activity doesn't fit that formula, you wouldn't work on it. What is the why behind everything you do? Without purpose as the compass to guide you, your goals and action plans may not ultimately fulfill you. You don't want to be the top of the ladder only to find out that you had it leaning up against the wrong wall. So now your why is important. Recently, I just completed a training where I train trainers to work as a manifestation, someone who takes law of attraction, manifestation coaching. So we started this last year in July, 2024 July, where I trained six trainers, coaches, and what we did as a part of that program was they went through a rigorous training till the month of March, where we completed 20 um, sessions, 40 learning hours, which were spread over almost 6 months. And we worked on their core, their core thinking. They learned all the details of manifestation. And now they are going to go out and take manifestation workshops, just like the way I do. So this taking the work to the next level. While doing that, while making sure that we do that, there was one thing which I kept asking them because, it's a long-term duration of study. And the reason I made it so long-term because I wanted them to integrate and not get overwhelmed because there is so much information being processed. So I kept asking them throughout, why are you doing this? What is your why behind it? What is that one reason why you're doing this work? Because, we talk about self-discipline, but, self-discipline needs a why. If your why is not strong enough, you will not give the commitment, you will not give the discipline. But whereas if your why is strong enough, you will give that discipline, you will give that commitment. And that's why when I read this chapter, I really felt very connected to why behind everything you do. So without the purpose as the compass to guide you, your goals and action plans may not ultimately fulfill you. That is one thing I really feel. And then he gives example of a person named Julie, where she was a fan of animals, and when she looked at the why, it helped her get closer to her life purpose. And she realized that the clarity of purpose can create the power of clarity of purpose that can create our life. He speaks about that. You can simply take the time to complete two simple exercises. And here he's talking about your inner guidance. He has given two beautiful exercises. One is the list of your two life purpose exercise, which is given on page number 23. And if you have this book right now with me, you can, simply do this exercise to see what your life purpose is. So Now, Jack Canfield says you are born with an inner guidance system that tells you when you are on or off purpose by the amount of joy you are experiencing. I know a lot of people today feel sad because they are so disconnected to their purpose. They are doing jobs which are not aligned to their inner joy compass. I remember in around the lockdown, there was a person whom I knew, and she kind of picked an argument with me saying that, Ashwini, you keep talking about life purpose and do what you love. Understand that people have bills to pay, people have children. It's like, of course, I do not deny that. And I'm not telling you to immediately quit your job and do life purpose. She's like, oh, you had the luxury of doing that. I said, I did not have the luxury of doing that. I chose that. I decided to take, when she said that when Ashwini, when you quit your job, you had the luxury of doing that. So I chose that. I purposefully, all with my all 100% responsibility, I chose to quit my job. I chose to stay in the dark for some time and wonder what was going on and what I really wanted to do and all of that. But I took that responsibility. I did not blame anyone that, oh, because of you, I did this. No, I did not do that. But having said that, when I started finding my life purpose, I started taking little steps in a direction. I started putting myself out. That was courage, and I think sometimes all we need is courage. But the reason a lot of us are unhappy, a lot of people in the world right now are unhappy, is because they are not doing what is aligned to their soul. And I always tell this in my talks, especially when I go to corporates, and it's when they ask me that how do I pursue my life purpose, I tell them that take 2 hours out on a Saturday and 2 hours out on Sunday for doing the things you love. Do it with all your heart, sincerely. Do it for a year. And after a year, you will realize what action you can take to make that your full-fledged, career. A lot of us, I know that. And do you know what reply I've received? I know many people tell me that I love doing that, but I'm very lazy. So I'm not going to take 2 hours out from Saturday or Sunday. So if there is no discipline, if there is no courage, if there is no commitment, life starts just passing by from your side. And a lot of us sacrifice our long-term happiness for those short-term things, for that Netflix binge, you do it on a Saturday, Sunday, for that what you call as laziness. It's not laziness, probably you do not have a direction. And that's where working with a coach or working with a mentor comes into picture. I couldn't have done it all alone by myself. Because I had mentors, I was shown the way out. And I did start in a very random way, but over the period of time with having mentors, and I still work with mentors. I still have my sessions with my mentors going on. They help me understand how to take my business to the next level. So having said that, it's very important to understand that I believe truly that if you truly want to feel happy in life, today people who work with me as a part of Team Unicorn Insight too are individuals who are very passionate about life, who really want to experience the full flow of life, who want to enjoy, have fun, make money, and feel blessed every moment. Life is too short to feel sad. And if you are feeling sad at this moment, I do empathize with you, but I will tell you that just by sitting there, nothing is going to change. You have to make a new choice. You have to ask for help and you have to make sure that you receive it. And for that, you need to invest your energy. You need to invest your time and you need to invest your money in making things get better. So, once you determined and written down your life purpose, read it every day, preferably in the morning. If you're artistic or strongly visual by nature, you may draw or paint a symbol or picture that represents your life purpose and then hang it somewhere on the refrigerator, opposite your desk, near your bed. I put it in front of my bed. I wake up and that's the first thing I see. I love that. This will keep you focused on your purpose. As you move forward in the next chapters to define your vision and make your goals, make sure they're aligned with and serve to fulfill your purpose. Another approach of clarifying your purpose is set aside some time for quiet reflection for a time period of meditation. See Principle 47, Inquire Within. After you become relaxed and enter into a state of deep love and peacefulness, ask yourself, what is my purpose of living? What is my unique role in the universe? Don't allow time to pass. Don't allow time to go. If you are right now watching this, you are in your 30s, you are in your 40s, it's not too late. Even if you are in your 50s, it's not too late. Okay, it's not too late even if you are watching in 60s and 70s. It's never too late. Just keep doing things you love because that's what is more important. I tell people that when we sometimes what keeps us chained to our toxic workplaces and jobs is the money that job gets you, which you use to impress people you don't like. A lot of us buy things to impress others. A lot of people do things to impress others. And the other reason why people are still stuck in a matrix job is it also gives them a sake of identity. Once I had a workshop and I told people to introduce themselves as someone other than their job. And people found it very difficult. So, it's very easy for me to say, hi, I'm Ashwini Chube. I'm a life coach, a mentor, a speaker, Reiki master. That's what I would call it as my work identity, right? And 15 years ago, it was, hi, this is Ashwini Chube. I'm an investment banker. I work. Before that, it was, hi, this is Ashwini Chube. I'm a student. I'm studying for MBA, whatever it could be. But how would you introduce yourself without your job tag and without your job identity? And for me, then I was like, oh, hi, everyone. This is Ashwini Chube. I love reading books. I love trying different styles of cooking. I love eating healthy food, which is full of nature. I've switched to a complete plant-based food, and I love experimenting with that. I love having really deep conversations with people are who I consider are really close to me. I love taking long walks in nature. I love to travel. I love to explore different places, different people. You would find me reading a book almost every day. I love journaling. I love meditation. I love yoga. I love to dance. And I also love sharing my thoughts and expressing with people. Now, when I make this as my identity, when I introduce myself as someone who I am, I always tell people this is an activity which we do in our workshops. I tell people, introduce who you are. And this time, do not say that I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter. That's not an identity too. Nor is an identity that, oh, I'm a software engineer, I work with this company, I'm an investment banker, I work with this bank. Who are you as a person is far more important than what do you do. So today, probably, if you could take this as a takeaway from this video, find who you are at the core. What is it that, what things make your eyes twinkle? What is it that you love doing? I also love music. I just love listening to some beautiful, soft, soothing music. I love yoga. I love to dance. I love Zumba. I just love doing all of this. And if this is my identity, it can really help me blend with what my life purpose is, right? After you become relaxed, ask, what is my purpose for living? What is my unique role in the universe? Allow the answer to simply come to you. Let it be as expansive as you can imagine. The words that come need not be flowery or poetic. What is important is that how inspired the words make you feel. And I think that's the absolute fun. And that was end of chapter 2, friends. I think I spoke more than Jack Canfield did, but I think one of the reasons why we started this book club, and Neelam and I started this book club because we both realized that at some point of time, books have healed us. And what if everyone else also feels the same? What if people get healed by the power of books? And that was the reason we started this. Also, our book club is not like any other book club. We don't read fiction books. Most of the books are self-help, growth, transformation, healing, um, That's what our book club is. So, a lot of people joined our book club and they were very disappointed when we did not read any of the fiction novels. But that was the reason with the moment we made, the 2.0 version of the book club, we said that the book club is more of a read to heal forum, read to transform, read to heal your life. And for you, there are so many people right now who are struggling, who don't know what to start with. And I can tell you, if you start reading these books, they will absolutely help you to take your first step towards you and a better life. So that was chapter 2. I hope you enjoyed reading it with me. I hope you enjoyed this discussion. And do write in your comments what did you like about this chapter. Also, I would request you to share this video with as many people as you can. If you would like to be a part of book club, we would love to have you. Of late, we are not doing in-person meetups. We did not. For some reason, we haven't had that many people committing for a meetup, and we feel at least we need 8 to 10 people to do a group book reading, maybe in person sometime. Also, I live in Mumbai, Neelam lives in Delhi, so we have a scattered community in both cities. But if you are someone who would like to be a part of the book club and who would like to come and read with us, please write to me, comment in the box below, if you in the comment box below, if you want to come and read with us. That's from us for today. I hope you're having a great day. And if not, I wish you a great day. Keep reading, keep shining. May the wisdom, the knowledge, and all the wonder of books make you a much better person. And may you feel happiness and joy every day. Thank you. Bye bye.